here, and today it's more of a scary video, and it's not going to be a horror video, but it's going to be a scary video. I'm taking my car in for its first MOT. Now, for a car driver, yeah, that is a fairly scary thing, especially when you're driving a Astra, because things can frequently go wrong, and I only just managed to get it into a garage to just fix the water pump the day before the MOT expired. So my MOT has already expired at this point, so legally I can only drive it to the MOT garage and that's it. So if it fails, I don't know if I'm allowed to drive it back or not, but I may be a bit screwed here. However, that's why I'm doing this video today, so then you guys, for your first time MOTs, have your tips and tricks and know your in and outs of the MOT. So I'm using my first-hand experience to give you guys a little bit of a hint of what to expect. Now, the only worry that I have for my first MOT is the main failure thing that I think it will do is emissions. The last time I went in for its MOT, when I bought it, it failed on emissions. Now, that should have been fixed, so why should I worry? I have a big fat exhaust on the back of it that makes a very loud noise. So I don't think that's going to help whatsoever. So yeah, I've got quite a bit to worry about when it comes to that. So fingers crossed I can get it through. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run the car around a bit, make sure it's got time to get that cat burning up some fumes and making sure it's not so heavy on the fumes, so just get it running and warm. And I'm also going to give it a full tank of fuel, so then I can't get done for not having enough fuel for the MOT. So without further ado, I need to get there. I've got about half an hour to get there, so let's go get some fuel and let's get on the road. My, what am I saying here? Completely got blank. So my emissions are through the roof. So no matter what, they even gave me the leeway of trying to warm the car up for me. They left it just revving and revving and revving. So then it has a chance of it being better, but no, didn't change whatsoever. The emissions were still 0.4, full, like 4 blips out, which I don't know how bad it actually is, but he said for like the full amount of numbers it was out was by no way on earth he'd be able to pass it. So he said, he started questioning me if it had a cat, so he checked if it had a cat, so yes it is, it has got a catalyst. And then he also did a couple more checks on it, and he said I'm going to have to bring it back for a service. Now, from what I did ask him what sort of things I'd have to have for the service, and how much it would come to. And because when he checked it, he said it hasn't been serviced for a really long time by the looks of it, it's going to cost a good couple of $100. So worst has really come to worst, and this car has now cost me pretty much all my Christmas savings. She drives perfectly nicely, but yeah, obviously not going to go well when it comes to its MOT. So earliest I've managed to get it in for is the 26th. So I'm going to have to go until then now without a car, and I'm going to have to struggle for work still. Great. Hey guys, so I've now been to the garage. I've tried to make sure the emissions are the best by driving down the motorway and making sure I've got like some high revs on there, just warm the engine up a bit so everything works well. Long story short, did not work. Failed miserably, didn't even finish the MOT because of how badly it failed. Looking at this, as you can see, we had a few passes for what was actually done, but exhaust emissions, heavy fail. So if you look at this, that was the requirement, 1.03. That was what I got. Now, from what I've been told, that is a big amount that just could not be passed up. So heavy fail on the emission. From what I was told, this car has not been serviced for a very long time, so it's got a lot of stuff wrong with it that I didn't even know about, completely under the bonnet with all in the mechanics that I had no idea. So I need to take it back for a full service, which I've been told will cost me about 180 quid, plus a couple of hundred to fix the stuff that needs to be fixed, including my blowing exhaust, my failed cat, just everything has not worked. So yeah, heavy fail. My actual MOT has already expired, so I'm a bit screwed for driving, can't drive anywhere. So I'm just going to give you guys my tips of what to do when it comes to your first MOT, so you don't end up in the same situation as me. So basically, for your MOT, you are allowed to MOT your car within 28 days before the actual expiry date. I thought you had to wait for the expiry date till you get it re-MOT'd. This is not the case whatsoever. You can get it MOT'd before that date, because as soon as that date comes, you cannot legally drive your car on the road without being fined about £1,000 if you are caught driving without an MOT. Now, I think I'm not 100% sure on this one, but this is what I've been told. I can't tax my car until my car's MOT'd, and that's due on the 30th. So if I don't get this fixed and MOT before then, this car is not allowed on the road whatsoever. And yes, make sure before you go into your MOT, everything is up to top condition. So make sure everything like your windscreen washers are working. You don't have any obstructions in the windscreen, for example, GPS things like the things that you put your phone on, the holders. Make sure none of them are in the way. Make sure your number plates are completely clean, because you can get done for your number plates either being the wrong font or being too dirty to see or anything like that. Just simple things can fail you. Loose things like wing mirrors, they can fail you. Anything really that isn't up to top condition can fail you. So make sure your car is at top condition and do your best to keep it running before your MOT, and just make sure you've got a full tank of fuel. My cat has just jumped onto the bonnet. Why you do this, Poppy? But yeah, make sure you have your car fully sorted before your MOT, full tank of fuel, full windscreen wash and everything, so everything works. And don't do what I did.